Hey everyone, it's Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my series with the 3 cards, 1 6x6 paper pad. And today we're going to be using the Watercolor Wishes paper pad by Lawn Fawn. This is a new release from them and I absolutely love the paper in this. It's pretty simple papers. Obviously it's just plain color, but you have like a softer and a darker, like an edgier, if you will, pattern to these papers. So I thought I would go ahead and start off with card number 1, and I'm going to take some scraps that I had and I die cut this using this MFT die. This is one of my favorite MFT dies and it's an all-inclusive happy birthday die. And I'm going to show you a tip here by keeping the letters all together. And we will be using these letters on our next card, but I wanted to show you this, how you can put all the letters together and keep them together. And this is also a great way to apply these to your card base. So I'm just taking some micropore tape and you can see how easily those come off and they will just stay in place. So I die cut that same die again with the pink or the reddish pink pattern paper. And I'm going to take my card base here. All of my card base is going to be white card bases, the Paper Tray Ink Stamper Select White. And I'm going to go ahead and put a bunch of adhesive right in the middle of my card base. This will make it easier as I apply my letters to into the inside, because we're kind of going to do like a die cut inlay technique, if you will. And it's easier, instead of just applying adhesive one by one on these letters, it's just easier to go ahead and do this, and all you have to do is put adhesive on that card base and then just stick the letters and it will automatically stick because you've already put the adhesive on the front of your card base there. So this is super simple and super easy to do and very quick. It doesn't take any time at all to do this because obviously you're just replacing the letters that you die cut. So I'm going to take the little inner pieces that I used with those green letters and taking the little inner pieces and replacing those, and it's going to make it look like a seamless panel there. And I really do like doing this every now and then. It makes it get a little bit texture, even though it's kind of flat to the card. It kind of gives it a little bit of something unexpected and wondered how they did it kind of thing. And so, like I said, we're going to keep the letters that I die cut originally from the green paper, and we're going to use those on the next card. But I'm going to go ahead and finish up adding the little inner pieces to this, so you can see how all of the letters that we have, and they're all together that way, and it's going to be much easier to use these on our next card. So I thought I would go ahead and embellish this one up just a little bit more because it is quite simple. So I'm going to take various either pretty pink posh sequins, or I've got some also clear droplets that I'm going to use. And I've just used those I adhered those using my Zig clear glue dots. So that's the end of our card number 1, and we're going to go ahead and jump into card number 2. Again, our card base is the Paper Tray Select Stamper Select. Paper Tray Ink Stamper Select. That didn't seem like I said it that right. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of soft ink blending to kind of create a little backdrop or a background for the letters that we're going to apply. So I'm going to take a brush here. This is just a makeup brush that you can buy at your local Walmart or even online. And I did do a video on this, so if you've not seen it yet, it's quite a neat video as far as how you can get really a soft blend on your cardstock without having to use an ink blending tool. So I will link that in the cards up above if you haven't seen that yet. But I'm going to take this Wilted Violet color of Distress ink and just add a really nice soft background to my card base here. And eventually I'm going to be spritzing this lightly with water. Usually I don't like to use water with regular cardstock because it just obviously doesn't hold water very well. But I spritzed it very lightly, so and I did go ahead and heat set it, so it didn't make it that awful to add the water to. But I just wanted to give it that little bit of distressed look, and obviously we're using the Watercolor Wishes paper, so it kind of ties it all together. So I just spritzed that, and I just blot it up with my little cloth there, the excess water, and get that distressed look on there. And now I'm going to apply my letters. And I'm just kind of, another reason why I like doing this with the micropore tape is also because it also gives me something to hang on to with my letters and to see where I want to put them onto my card. It's really a neat way. It kind of kills two birds with one stone, if you will, because you can move your letters wherever you want them on your card to see where you want them the best on your card front. And so you'll see here that I've kind of changed my mind, and I'm going to switch it up just a little bit. And when I first applied I'm going to be using the Happy 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 stamp set from Lawn Fawn. And I thought I was going to go ahead and use my regular acrylic block, but then I thought I wasn't sure if I wasn't confident enough that if my sentiment was going to stamp out the way I wanted it to. So I'm going to go ahead and get my Misty out just on the off chance that it doesn't stamp down the way I want it. So I'm going to apply this in my Misty here, and I'm going to go ahead and get that into place, and then take my Lawn Fawn ink. I did go ahead and pull out Sugar Plum, you saw that, but then I changed my mind. I'm going to use Juice Box here instead. It's a little bit of a darker purple, and it goes a little bit better with the background. So on camera it kind of looks black, but it really does, it is like a darker purple. So I'm going to stamp that down, and you can see how it stamped really great the first time, so I was happy about that. So now I'm going to take my adhesive. Today I'm just using Glossy Accents because my multi-matte medium tip is really clogged, and I already used a pen and stuff, but for some reason I'm going to have to work with it a little bit more. So I decided to go ahead and get my Glossy Accents out and use it sparingly on my letters, because I did want to use my little fine tip there to apply my adhesive on these letters to make it easier. So as you can see, after I applied my adhesive, it's really easy to go ahead and get these letters adhered into place, and you just kind of peel the micropore tape back on itself, and it just gives it a little seamless transition there from your tape to your cardstock. It takes a little bit slower just to get it started, but once that glue adheres to the card base, it really goes fast. So I thought I would add some balloons here to my card here, and this is the Lawn Fawn Set Party balloons, and I haven't used this set quite a bit, so I thought I would take some blue paper from the same 6x6 pad, and die cut a couple of balloons from that die set, and then I'm going to pop these up with some foam adhesive. So I've just got these little Stampin' Up foam dots here that I'm trying to use up, and going to add these onto my card, and it'll just add to the whole birthday theme. And so I've got that one on the top, and then I'm going to add this little small one at the bottom here. And it kind of, you could actually use this as a masculine birthday card if you wanted to, because the colors are really masculine driven, I guess you'd say. Or you could just give it to anyone if you really wanted to. So now I'm going to add just a little bit of shimmer, or before I do that, I'm going to add the To You sentiment on the inside, because I, of course, want to use all of my letters up. So I'm going to apply my adhesive one more time. Then I'm going to take my corner chomper here. I haven't used this tool in quite some time either, so I thought I would get it out and just round the corners. And then take my Wink of Stella and add a little bit of shimmer to my balloons and give them something a little extra. And that will complete card number 2. So you can see how you can make 2 cards really out of one die. That MFT die is a really great investment, I think. So next we're going to work on card number 3. And this one is going to use up a little bit more of that pattern paper. And I thought I would use this stitch die. You can see that I haven't used this one yet. This is the Puffy Clouds borders from Lawn Fawn. And I just die cut a little bit, I die cut the pattern that's a little bit more darker in that paper pad. And I just chose some colors that would be in a little bit more of a rainbow order. And I die cut using all 3 of the sizes of those border dies. And I'm going to apply these to my card base here. And I'm just going to kind of stack them a little bit and kind of stagger them a little bit to give them a little bit of an interesting pattern. I'm just using some regular tape runner to apply this with. And this really comes together quite a bit easily. And at first I thought I was going to put this very top one at the very top edge, but then I just decided for some reason or another to keep a little bit of a white space. But once I die cut this using my frame die from Right at Home, I didn't like that white space at the top. So I thought I would remedy that and take some of my favorite silver sparkle cardstock and use those dies once more and just add a little bit of extra sparkle to this card design. And it was actually a happy accident. So I'm glad it kind of turned out this way because I really do like the end result of how this card turned out. So I'm going to go and tuck that one at the very bottom there under the little purple piece and take my liquid glue and add that. And then I'm going to also take another one at the very top, and it'll just help obviously make it even on the top and the bottom, just using some glue there to add to the little edges there, because that just drives me nuts. If I see some of the paper sticking up, it drives me crazy. So anyway, so I'm going to cut this other piece down to where it will fit on my card here, and then add that to the top and see where I wanted to place it. So once I decide where I want it to go, I'm going to add my glue and then add this to the very top. And then I'm going to take my frame die once more, because obviously I want that stitching to be cohesive and all the way around that card base. So I liked how that turned out. And then I'm going to add my sentiment now using the same Happy, Happy, Happy stamp set from Lawn Fawn. And I'm going to use all of the sentiments that say, sending you happy thoughts. And I'm going to take the Lawn Fawn Jet Black ink to stamp these down. And I really like how it's kind of staggered, because it kind of goes with the overall look of the card with the die cuts. So I thought I would go ahead and add some foam adhesive to pop this up, because it's an overall simple look design, but I wanted to give it a little bit of dimension. And that will complete card number 3. So I hope you guys enjoyed these look at these 3 cards and how to use this one paper pad. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will catch you on my next video. Bye-bye.